Alright, I had a P1633 code, and this thing was idling at what I believe is 600 RPMs. Not the zero mark, but, well, I guess maybe 400 RPMs. Seems like it's idling at 600 RPMs now, but it was down at 4. And when I'd start it up, it would just shut off. There was no keeping it running until you ran it for probably 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, it would idle, but it would always go back down to 400 RPMs. I think this all started when the air conditioning compressor clutch seized. I know that's what happened. The air conditioning compressor clutch seized, and the idle was really erratic because it was seized up. I was only like 2 miles from my dad's house, so I drove it the rest of the way to his house, and when I replaced the compressor clutch and bearings, after I started it wouldn't maintain an idle. I did find one fuse blown, and when I found it blown, it was a 10 amp fuse. It's this one right here, which I now have a 20 in just because I didn't have a 10. But I replaced it with a 15 amp fuse. I started it up. Backed up immediately, shut it off. Next time I went out to start it, it was doing the irregular idle thing again. So I don't know if this has anything to do with, and the air isn't working right now for some reason. It worked prior to the clutch seizing, so I don't know if this is all combined or not, but it all happened when this AC compressor clutch down there, the bearing went out, so you can see it is not spinning right now, and I don't have it on. And this new fuse is not blown. So right now it seems to be idling pretty steady. It's not going all over the place. I watched a YouTube video on how to relearn how to erase the system and relearn it. It said to disconnect the negative and jump it to the positive, not on the terminal, but disconnect this, set it aside, jump it to the negative. That'll erase the capacitors on the PCM, and I did that, and it seems to be idling normal. So far the fuse hasn't blown, so I'm happy about that. I'm going to let it relearn the idle, and I'll have to let it relearn the shift points and everything too, but it is idling pretty steady compared to what it was for not having a baseline to base the idle off of. I will have to drive it so it'll relearn that portion of it too, but right now it's idling a lot better than it was. After a couple more minutes, I am going to turn on the air and see if that fuse blows. If it does, then I know there's an issue with that. So I'm gonna let it sit here. Well, actually, it's been more than 5 minutes, so maybe I'll turn on the air and see what happens. Let's see if the fuse blew. And it looks like the fuse is smoked. And the clutch is not running. Yep. Fuse is blown. So whatever it is definitely has to do with the air conditioning. Jeez. I don't know if it has something to do with the magnet on the air conditioning compressor or not. but that makes me pretty mad. I'm gonna have to figure that out now. But at least there you can see it's idling at 400 RPMs. So I know it's an air conditioning issue. Now I have to figure out what's going on with the air conditioning, but at least I can get it to idle for now. So I guess until the next part of this video when I fix the air conditioning. But if you have that P1633 code, check that fuse. It's in the main circuit breaker box. Thanks for watching.